UFG family, what up, though, y'all? What up, though? Welcome to the UFG podcast, season 2, episode 15, right?
Yep.
I am your host, your boy DK, man, and this is my lovely bride, my co host, Lily.
What's up, everybody? What up, though?
What up, though? So, how was your week?
Another eventful and busy, productive week. My schedule has been the same the past 5 weeks now.
Almost over.
Almost over with school.
Positive thing, though.
Yeah,
right?
it's a positive thing. We made a breakthrough as a team, and we're just getting the final touches and everything before presentation day. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you guys go look at our previous episode where I give a little breakdown about what's been going on at PLC Light School. So, a couple more.
I always thought it was PLC night school, but light school.
No, Light School is supposed to bring the light.
Light. I know.
Yeah.
I get it now.
And a couple more classes until presentation day, and it's going to be fun. But other than that, it's been pretty productive and busy.
Well, that's dope, man. Congratulations on your progress and you continuing to stick with it and,
Thank you.
and shine.
Thank you. I appreciate
She's
that.
shining in it, y'all. For real.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
How was your week?
A week was a good week. It was a dope week, It's a lot of waiting, right? I'm just kind of waiting on things. So it's a lot of positive things hanging in the balance that I can't speak on. I know y'all tired of me hearing me say that, but it's true. It's some really huge, monumental things kind of dangling in the balance. So, and I just can't speak on it. I just can't. So,
but we're just so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's so hard. Certain people know. A couple of my Soprano brothers know what's going on. Ike, of course, So, Buck, So a lot of things going on for me personally, and then also in the city. The city of Detroit is soon to welcome someone, so we just
slowly but surely. You guys
and
stick around so you guys can find out.
Stick around, man. Then y'all will know exactly what I'm talking about. When I say welcome someone, I'm not talking about an individual. I'm talking about an entity. You're right. Should I put it that way? An entity. That's good. Kind of leave a little guessing game for them.
Entity. The word entity is a little broad, so it can leave room for imagination.
A banner. How about that? A banner.
Okay.
Not Bruce Banner either. So, but anyway, y'all, welcome. Glad we got those couple of housekeeping items out the way. Hopefully you guys had a good week. It's a lot of things happen, man. We'll touch on, some culture things, some dope releases that's coming up. It's kind of slow right now as far as releases go, but there is a certain topic I'm going to touch on as far as the sneaker culture goes. And then we had the women's and men's championship in college, man. It was pretty exciting, especially the men's game. I did not think it'd be that exciting. So that was a cliffhanger. Make sure y'all stick around to hear about that. And then the NBA is getting crazy, man. We got
what is 5 games left? 4 games?
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 games, depending on which team they are. A lot of teams are playing actually right now. This is Tuesday night, April 8th. So you guys will see this on Wednesday. But a lot of teams are playing right now as we speak, and they're jumbled, man, especially in the Western Conference. The Eastern Conference is pretty much set. A couple teams can swap out a seed here or there. Pistons, stop losing. Stop losing.
We're such on a roll. Come
I
on,
know.
guys. Let's
we can't do. I don't want them to drop down.
I don't care that we clinch. We got to keep winning.
Yeah. You don't want to go
guys.
into the playoffs backwards, bro.
Right.
We don't want to go in with a losing streak. We want to go in hot. Catch fire at the right time. But anyway, I got faith in the Pistons. I think whoever they face in the first round, whether it be the Pacers, if they move up to that 5th seed, right now they're in the 6th seed, they'll face the Knicks. The Knicks are the 3rd seed. I got confidence that we can beat New York, and I got confidence we can beat the Pacers if, so I think it's going to be an upset either way it go with the Pistons as far as them upsetting whoever they play. But again, we'll get into that later in our NBA talk. And then we'll just tie things down, just dot some I's and cross some T's, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right into it. So let's talk sneaker culture, right? So Let's talk sneakers, man. So sneakers. I heard a lot of bad things about the brick by bricks, man. Like people are really like hating on those. Like I don't understand, man. I heard they was just some plain type shoes. I heard they're not all that. I heard and everyone is entitled to their own opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a dope shoe. I'm not gonna go as far as say, oh, it's the sneaker of the year. Again, y'all know I'm not one of those people that say sneaker of the year. I'm more or less what I like, what I pick up, and it's definitely in my top pickup so far, and it will be. I don't see nothing on the menu that will remove that at least out of the top 5
Right.
pickups of this year. I haven't worn them yet, so I don't even know the on feet how they look, or I got an idea of an outfit I'm gonna wear them, how I'm gonna style them, but. Bro, come on, to say that they're plain and that the story outdoes the shoe, and
If you do
I
take
mean,
away,
that's an
if
opinion,
you
man.
take away the story, how do you feel about the shoe by itself?
If you take away the story does have a huge deal, but I just thought the shoe was such a dope shoe because when do you see a all orange or burnt orange or
Brick
brick
colored.
colored shoe?
Right.
When have you seen one of those?
Yeah.
You haven't. So, a Jordan 4 at that. So, bike air on the back,
The material.
the cracked leather that wraps the toe cap that represents the brick.
It takes.
I just think the story and this actual sneaker went hand in hand
I think it takes
as far as
true,
like the weight of it.
I think it takes true how do you say this? Like to have it a monochromed shoe, meaning all one color, different materials. It takes true art to pull that off. Because how do you make a shoe that's monochromatic still look interesting?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the textures is what brings it and ties it together. And I'm taking the story out of it because, again, we want to be a little bit more like, okay, let's just focus on the shoe, right? If you look at a lot of monochromatic shoes, they kind of are all leather or all suede or a hint of this kind of leather and that kind of leather, but never really like different textures, different, things like that. So I think having it as one color with the different textures makes it an interesting shoe.
It's not entirely one color though. It's that orange color. Then the toe cap
monochromatic,
is
meaning they're all the
the midsole is a different color. The under the panels, under the netting of the tongue and the panels, there's 3M. It's a lot of little, intricacies about the shoe that makes it dope. That kind of stands out from being just a plain shoe. So
that's my point.
So no, and I understand that. Yeah. I'm not debating with you. I'm backing you up. Mm-hmm. I'm saying that, but the fact of the matter is, it's like everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You can feel how you feel, and this is not me taking a shot at anybody. This is just me being on Instagram and seeing and hearing different people talk about it, different people in the sneaker community and the sneaker culture. It doesn't mean just because we have a difference of opinion, that doesn't mean I don't like the person who said it. That doesn't mean I actually have a lot of respect and regard for the person who said it. But just because I have a lot of respect and regard for somebody, that don't mean we can't respectfully disagree.
Right.
You feel me? So that's the time of day that we're in right now, where if you don't agree with people,
you don't agree with somebody.
I mean, they make you a hater. They make you I can respectfully disagree with you and still love you at the same time, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. Like, we can say, LeBron. One person can say LeBron is the GOAT, and I can say Jordan's the GOAT, but this still my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't got nothing to do with that. That's just like Aaron. Mm-hmm. On the last episode, he commented on, different timestamps on YouTube, and then his last one was like, "LeBron's still the GOAT." Ha ha ha. So Aaron is my guy. Like, and I told him in the comment, I was like, "You the only one that can say that and get away with it." So it was just like a little fun banter, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. But people take things so serious and take things out of context and take things personal that you can't even have a respectful banter. Like I banter with Joe. Joe teases me about MJ. He knows I'm an MJ head. Joe loves LeBron because he's younger, so he came up in that generation. So I respect that. But it's a good banter
Right.
with each other. Like Gabe sent a video, a reel of Rasheed when he was talking about how Jordan didn't have no real defense.
Yeah.
So Gabe was like, Darnell, before you look at it, pull the car over and park. You know what I'm saying? Before you look at it. So I get it.
Right.
I get the banter, but it's out of love though. It's fun. It's not like I don't get bent out of shape about it. You know what I'm saying? I get bent out of shape about things that's disrespectful to the culture, disrespectful to try to like tear down Jordan's legacy, to elevate LeBron. I love LeBron, but I just love MJ more. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. But neither here nor there. That I just went on a tangent of just respectfully disagreeing and having a difference of a point of view, right?
Right.
I'm married to this woman, almost 12 years in July. So we've been together, about 14 years total. 3 kids, and this time together, and we respectfully disagree a lot.
A lot.
So, I mean, y'all got to grow up, bro. Respectfully disagree with people and still have that respect.
Heavy on the respectfully.
Yeah, like,
because you can disagree with somebody, and when they come at you the wrong way,
not compliment, but backhanded apologies,
right?
And
just
little slick stuff. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just leave that alone. But little slick stuff, and it could be somebody that's really close to you that can say some slick stuff to you. But bro, just respectfully, man. Just heavy on the respect. And just understand people are different, and we all live lives through our lenses, man. It's not even my life partner, my wife. We have different lenses and vantage points that we look at, but we still come together at the end of the day. So if you gotta respect, just respectfully disagree, right?
Because you would want to have that same grace extended to you,
right? If there's a reason for disagreement, if it's no reason, then hey,
right?
But you're not anybody who agrees with everything that you do and say. You need to
problem.
look at that person.
That's the problem.
You need to look at that person like, man, what is going on? So you don't want no yes people, around you. You see how people end up when they got nothing but yes people around them. So. But anyway, so I just wanted to bring that out, like, because I don't want anyone to view our show and view me as someone bitter because I'm gonna be unapologetically me, no matter what you guys may think. I'm different, bro, and I'm not everybody's cup of tea, right? I'm just not. So I get that, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be unapologetically me. I have my own thoughts. I'm not trying to fit in. I'm not trying to fit this mold of internet personality or to be some sensation. So I have to deliver my material, my content this way. And I have to, no, that's not how we do things here. Right. So I may not be as polished as some people that's on the internet and use a super great vernacular and be journalist and do all the heavy duty research and dig up
we're
stuff.
We're just some people from Detroit trying to talk about sports sneakers. I'm just a dude from
7 Mile and Greenfield who love MJ that spurred my passion into collecting sneakers. And now I am the culture. We are the culture. You are the culture, and here we are. That's what it is, bro. I'm not trying to be some like, oh yeah, tariffs gonna go up, dude. And y'all need to stop with the tariff. Mo said it perfect.
Yeah.
Mo was like, look, can y'all stop with the tariffs, please? Because even if let's say Jordan 1s go up from $180 retail, right? And they go up from $180 retail because of the tariff tax, or people like to say the Trump tax because Canada has a queen tax, so now it's just a bunch of like hogwash, right? Like it's refuse. It's garbage, but it is what it is. We just gonna have to adjust. That's the dynamic of us. We adjust, right? So if they go from 180 to 220,
right?
Guess what? I'm still gonna get them. I'm still gonna get them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I want to do. I was having a discussion with Buck, and me and Buck was having a discussion, and he was saying like, maybe the way to stop it is to not buy sneakers. I mean, I don't think that'll stop it because people are still going to buy sneakers, right? It's nothing we can do about this tax. It's nothing. We're in a time of day where we just have to deal with it, right? We have to deal with it. I can remember back when I was in the military, and my very first car that I owned was a 93 Nissan Sentra. So I'm dating myself, y'all. This was in 1997, right? I had a 93 Nissan Sentra, a green, my favorite color, tan interior, coupe, and it had the little moon roof. It was the little sporty version, right? It had probably a 7, 8, between 7 to 10 gallon tank. Not even 10, probably 7, 8 gallon tank. Gas on base, I was in the Air Force. Gas on base was 88 cents a gallon. I used to fill my tank up with like $7, $8. And I can drive that thing for like 2 weeks on that tank, right? Because gas was more pure. It was more gas. Now they put these additives in it, and it's kind of burns like water
cents?
now.
I'm still stuck on the 88
88 cents a gallon, bro. But what happened when the gas went crazy in the early 2000s? Right? We adjusted. Where mama live at, where your people at, out west in Cali, they find cheap gas. That's like $5.
Right.
$5 a gallon. Here in Detroit, you probably can find something like if you go to BJ's, they probably like $2.80, $2.90.
I think that's where the lowest is.
Yeah, like Sam's
right
Club,
now.
BJ's, Costco, you can get like $2.80, $2.90. But if you go to a regular gas station, not a wholesale distribution place, guess what? You're going to pay like $3.20.
What am I not going to do? Get gas? Not get gas?
You're just not going to get gas, right? So it's like you just got to adjust, man. That's the dynamic. And it is terrible that things around us is going to increase, like your everyday goods, from toilet tissue to car parts to,
Everything
to
under the
alcohol to eggs to whatever, sneakers,
Electronic
apparel,
parts.
electronics. Everything is going to go up, and our salary isn't, right? Our salary is not going up. So it sucks. It really does. But what are we going to do about it?
Right.
We can't just say, what are we going to do? Just not buy nothing and just starve? And then we're going to be looking crazy.
I'm sure a lot of people will have to adjust to what they do frivolously buy or what they do.
Yeah, you got to be more,
budget.
You definitely got to have a better budget.
Right.
You budget your money better. And you definitely have to be more responsible on how you allocate funds in your personal life. That goes without. I mean, you should have been already been doing that,
right.
But now it's more of an emphasis because things are going up and your salary isn't.
Right.
You have to do that, and
so having that more like that mindful consumer.
Yeah.
Be more of a mindful consumer to see like, okay, what you're gonna buy,
and
how
put
you're gonna
every
buy
little. If you got $5 extra, put it away. $20 extra, $100 extra, $200, $500, whatever you got extra, put it to the side, bro. Save your money, stack it up, man. You never know what's on the horizon. So I didn't want to get too much into politics, but I do feel that was just one of those respectful disagree that I brought up with me and Buck. We respectfully disagree. That's still my dog. You know what I'm saying? Even though we didn't see eye to eye on certain things dealing with that topic, that's still my dog. It's like, I don't look at him a certain way just because we disagree. And that's the point I'm trying to make to y'all, especially younger. It's really the younger crowd. I'm an unc, right? So it's all y'all nephews and nieces. Y'all need to chill, bro. You can disagree with people and still they can be cool. They ain't dumb. They ain't haters just because they have a different point of view than you. It's okay. So, but anyway, so let's get into the releases, man. So as we look to the releases that just happened, April the 5th, we had the Rare Airs. We talked about them last week. I actually like the blue and black ones. It's a lot of people hating on them. I like the packaging. They did dope with the packaging. The packaging is like the Lost and Founds. Oh, so it's a Jordan 1 box, but it's a different color lid, right? And the bottom of the box, the base of the box is black. I think, the normal black and red, but the lid is that blue, like that midnight blue. Okay. And it's a white Nike check and it's like washed, like it's old. Oh, right? Okay.
Like it's been through some things.
Like it's been through it. Like the Lost and Found box, right? So I like the packaging, and the tissue paper has like Rare Air, it's wax paper in there. The shoes are wrapped in generic tissue, and then the wax paper around it has graphics on it. So it's dope. I like the shoe. Not a lot of people like it, so I'll go ahead and grab it for
Thank you.
Probably less than retail, because on Go, I think retail is $180, but I think on Go it was like 140, I want to
Okay.
say. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. So you got the Rare Airs that just dropped. Those Lucas just came out today, actually, the Space Navigators. So this weekend on the 12th, which is Saturday, we got the women metallic threes, metallic silver. So they're white, metallic silver, and
Is
the
that like
elephant
a?
print. It looks like aluminum foil a little bit.
I don't like that. I don't like
I mean, they cool. They just not for me.
Yeah, no. Pass.
And then we got a second chance to get the Yamaha Diffuse Blue for the love for whoever didn't get a chance to get those. Those drop on the 15th, and another chance to get the SB4s, the Navy. They come out on the 15th. Why a Tuesday? That's because the 15th is Tuesday, right?
Well,
Saturday is the 12th, 13th
Tuesday.
Sunday, 14th Monday, 15th. Why on a Tuesday?
Probably because it's
At least a Wednesday, a Friday, or a Thursday, y'all. People get paid on different days, bro.
Probably
Like,
just because it's like a re-release, maybe. I
But
guess. I don't
still,
know.
a Tuesday,
Right.
a rookie. But I was watching Last Dance last night. So anyway, but then so that'll be it, man. That's it as far as Jordans go. Let's go and just look at other sneaker releases that's dropping this week. We have the blah 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 blah. We got we already said the Harden. So we got the big head
Ugly
mode.
looking things.
The dot swoosh big head modes came out yesterday. Air Max ones.
Okay.
The D Book 1 Blue Blood. Like, can we get a book 2?
Pass.
And then we got some 990 V6 New Balances made in
Pass.
USA. They're like green. Then we
like a
got
mint
some
green, would you
Luca
say?
ejected. What? Look at that. I just got a notification. It said Luca got ejected. So, but we'll dig into that. So the MB4s, the
This is
Mellow
coming
Ball,
live.
right? Coming to you live. The Mellow Ball 4s.
BU.
Yeah,
I mean, that's for the
it's a lot. That's for the
young ones.
kids. It's like, and that's the thing, man.
At least he knows his market.
That's the thing. His shoes are almost dedicated for the young people, and that's cool. Like you said,
Yeah.
he knows his market. He understands his demographic, but you're kind of just isolating it. Like, you're not letting us older ones, and I guess for us older ones,
It's just not
we're
for
in
us.
the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Right, we're in the Dion's
And
and the Barclays and the Pennies
It's
and the
not
Jordans.
for us, and that's okay.
And that's okay. That's okay. He knows his demographic, so.
If we want to support LaMelo in a
But
different
they,
way,
you know,
do it in
they're a
different
buck
way.
40. Puma's doing their thing. He's the face of Puma, of course. The
As far as
last
an
face to
athlete.
Puma was Clyde Frazier. So, you know, and then we got the Spiridons, the white and like Concord purple. Those are actually pretty dope. The Spiridons, they come out on the 11th for $160. Then you got the Pan Records 180s. Those are decent.
It's just a black shoe.
Yeah, it's just black, and then the Kobe's on the 13th. Why they got it the 13th? That's a Sunday. This might be wrong. I'm on Detroit Sneaker Bar. April 13th seems a little bit off. I don't think shoes gonna come out that Sunday. Is the 13th a special day? Is that Kobe's birthday or something?
No, his birthday's in August.
Right. So
April 13th. I don't know.
that's Sunday. Like, why would shoes be slated for a Sunday release? That's kind of odd to me.
And it's
But with
called
the eights,
Dodgers, so maybe something to do with the Dodgers.
yeah, well, that's the colorway of the Dodgers,
Right.
But and then, you know, Kobe wore like he went to the games and always had Dodgers.
He repped LA through and through.
Yes, he did. And then the Kobe with the 8s come out, say the 13th for $190. Those Dodger 4s or 6s, excuse me, come out $190. Retail for $190 on the 13th. And then you got the highs, the Elite, for $300. Yeah, those are the with the highs, the Kobe Elite 9s. And then the Air Max 95 neon cleat come out on the 14th.
They make them cleats now.
Sabrina
Nice.
2s on the 15th, and that's as far as we'll go. That leans into next week, so we can talk about that next week. And let's look at the sneaker app. Let's see if anything's slated. So these are actually pretty dope. I like those. The Phantom and Baruch Brown, the Shocks Ride 2.
What are those, running shoes?
Yeah, they drop tomorrow. These are actually pretty dope. I like those. I think those are dope. So it's like an updated version of the Shock, the
I
Nike
like the
Shock.
color. Yeah,
That's
nice.
that Baruch Brown. Those drop tomorrow, 10 a.m. on the sneakers app, and they retail for 180. So those are probably gonna be gone. Then you got Saturday on the 12th, those 180 Knicks, and then the women's 3 come out Saturday. Yeah, it's slated for the 13th. Yeah.
You got some Kobe gear.
Kobe apparel, all on the sneakers app. It's slated for the 13th on the sneakers app too, man. So there you go.
Interesting. Maybe they're trying something new. Who knows?
They got the Ama loaded on here for Tuesday. And there you go. So
sneaker news for the week.
As far as releases for this week.
For the week.
So a topic that I want to discuss really quick, and it's something that you can give your input on, and then I want you guys who are listening, watching, whatever platform you're listening or watching this episode, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, I want y'all to comment down below your thoughts. So there was this article that my brother Joe, we have a group chat with us brothers. We're like the Avengers. So eat your heart out, everybody. We all tight. We all got gifts. We all dope. We all love the culture, like for the culture. None of us are culture vultures or just hype beasts. Like it's such a good balance of why are you giving me that energy?
Like, bros.
Yeah, they're my bro. I got bromances for them, man. I love them brothers, man.
Bros.
They're my brothers, man. So our group is called the Shoepranos. We're gonna have gear. Y'all can't take that. That's us. So
claimed it
already. So Shoepranos, we talk about everything sneaker related, life. We have conference calls once a month with each other. We encourage one another. We pump each other's content out. We comment, we share, we do things like that, right? So Joe had put in this article in the chat and asked our thoughts. So this article is from Sock Jig. Sock Jig is a sneaker podcast on Apple, Spotify, and it's a Canadian flag next to it. So he's Canadian. So Sock Jig had made a comment on his episode. He said, how do brands stay relevant and not get stale like the recent AMM drops? Or worse, closed stores like Bodega. Ouch, you just taking shots at everybody, huh? And he says, I pitch that in this day and age, brands need to cultivate a following and be more persona-based, like J-Tips, Geiger, unheard of. It's a lot to unpack there.
Mm-hmm. And we're going off just the statement, or did you actually listen to this episode?
No, I ain't listened to that episode. Okay. I got my thoughts and the things that me and Joe and Mo and Gabe and Dwayne, Jay Will didn't chime in, but all of us had something to say about it. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, I'm not going to share what I really said, because there's some things in there that I feel like, dude, you're out of pocket, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you're out of pocket. It made me want to kind of say stay in Canada, but not.
You said it already.
I'm not going to say it. I didn't say it. Y'all didn't hear that. So anyway, my thoughts on the matter. Okay, first off,
circling back to the respectfully disagreeing part.
There we go. Good plug. So at the end of the day, man, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, right? Mm-hmm. But to say that Ahmad's drops were stale, mm-hmm. that's a stretch.
Yeah.
So stale, name. I'm gonna start off with this. I'm gonna swing for the fences for the first pitch. Name a designer or name a brand that dropped 3 different sneakers in one day. And two out the 3 sold out.
Right.
You can't even get them on their site, right? So name me a brand that's stale that does that.
Right.
Right? And then you're trying to pit other brands against that brand by saying, "Oh, look at Geiger, look at J Tips, look at Unheard of."
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna touch on each one of these, right? I'm gonna start off with Geiger. John Geiger, dope individual. He's from
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh, does his thing. He did some things with Nike. I'm glad I didn't have my sauna vest hanging on the. I don't know why in my mind I thought I had my sauna vest on the back of the chair. So John Geiger from Pittsburgh, he used to do customized Air Force Ones where he rip off the Nike swoosh and he puts his logo. It was like a lowercase G, like a cursive G,
Mm-hmm.
and he customized it, made them different
Yeah.
colors, and
Made a name for himself.
had fun with
Yeah.
it, made a name for himself. And then he got in trouble with Nike because I guess Nike had enough of the imitation.
Right.
So Nike had enough of it. He went through his thing with Nike, and now he has his own brand, right? His own sneaker. You've seen him before.
Yeah.
The sneaker is not for me. I'm not mad at it.
Right.
I'm not hating on it. They're not for me. I never wanted. It's nothing about that sneaker that made me like, ooh, I gotta have it, right? And that's cool. I'm not from Pittsburgh. If you're from Pittsburgh, maybe that's right up your alley, right?
Right.
It's just not for me. So for him to say, "Oh, you need to have more of a persona based like Geiger," it's like, dude, what are you saying, man? Do you understand that James was like at the Supreme Court talking about gun violence? Do you get that?
Right.
No, you don't get that. But you want him to be more persona based, right? Okay, all right. So then we go to Jay Tips. Jay Tips, dope guy. I know Jay. Jay's my guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jay has his
Signature style.
Mm-hmm. Before he was doing that, when he started with the hats, his hats was colorful like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's his style. So he translated to his sneakers. That's his style, and that's cool, right? That's what Jay is doing, and there's nothing wrong with Jay. I got a pair of Jay Tips. I got the the Pro Grid Omni 9s, the purple, right? I got those. Dope, man. Really dope sneaker. And I'm not mad at him. He got another pair that's coming out in a couple weeks.
I'm about to say, it's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming
I
out
seen
towards
a
the end of the
couple
month. I think the
promos for it.
18th. I think the 18th or 19th, something like that. They come out. But it's like, dude, everybody can't be. That's the dynamic of
This culture.
this culture. Because you got your J Tips with the loud colors and the dope shoe, and it's a sneaker that everybody, it's Saucony. It's not a Jordan shoe. It's
Right.
not, an Adidas. It's Saucony, and he breathed life into that brand. Now Saucony Ben has sneakers. Everybody, I used to call them Saucony back in the day. I used to have an all gray pair with the aluminum foil looking Saucony sign on the side, on the lateral medial side, and they were all gray, and they were plain, and they was white laces in them. And I used to rock them. This is back in my military days. I would just buy whatever, right? And so Saucony has been around, but Jay breathed life into them.
It was like a rebrand.
He gave them life. He opened up the true culture, because Jay was already in the culture before he tapped into working on his own brand. Right? Jay was already in the culture. He worked at shoe stores. He already had a love for sneakers. He already was there. That was already there. So you can't imitate that. You can't implant that. You can't buy that. That was just him. Right? Kind of like how I
He
am.
found his
Like
lane
how we
and
are.
he stuck to it.
Right. And he did certain things, and he worked his way into designing his own shoe. So he will always be respected for that. He didn't go to some prestigious school, and his daddy didn't work for a brand and pulled him in. He made his lane, right? He created his lane. He stuck with it, and look at him now.
Right.
He's on fire. Everything he touches is gold from Saucony. It is. It's dope. But a lot of that is not everybody's cup of tea.
Right.
Everybody don't want to put on a bunch of colors. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just you can't wear everything.
Right.
You can't love everything.
And you can't, and if you don't want to support or love everything, it does not mean you have to pit them against each other.
Right. And that's what I didn't like. I feel like, dude, this sock jig dude is pitting them, and then Jay was in James' movie, the While You Were Sleeping movie, like,
See, a lot of people don't know that.
I seen Jay at the premiere, hey,
A
yeah,
lot of people don't know that because y'all didn't see
in
the
Harlem,
movie, but
yeah, but so, and then we'll tap Unheard Of. So Unheard Of is a smaller boutique brand in Cincinnati, I think they are, and I love what they're doing, right? What he's doing. I don't know his name that owns Unheard Of, but I love what he's doing. He's very in tune with his people, the people that rock with him. He's very in tune with them, and I love that. Like, remember last year after BFF, Gabe had went to Cincinnati, like right after BFF. I'm like, dog,
Yeah.
you was just in Detroit. Now you in Cincy?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he went to a special event, and it was like an invite only, and you had an opportunity to get the grandma's couch. It was the grandma's couch Adidas, and it was the bridge, I think. I forget what name of the bridge, but they was supposed to emulate his grandma's couch. The fabric on the couch was like flower print, and
like them old school couches.
yeah. And then it was the bridge, and it was like a blue color and like concrete, and it was dope, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't my style. I didn't want them, but what I did love, and he just did two new pairs with the pig and all that,
Right. Yeah.
Those are dope sneakers. What I do love about it, he's in tune with who rocks with him. So he does events like that. And some of the people for those events that live long distance, he flew them out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
So it
dope.
took a lot of care
Yes.
to put his event together.
Yes, and that's dope, and I love it. The sneakers are dope too.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't mind having them. I think it was only like 10, 15,000 pairs. So it was a limited amount, but it was so dope that he did that.
Yeah.
That he flew them out, had a special event just for them, and it was dope.
It was a thank you.
Yes, for rocking with me. Now, I don't know if he seeded them or gifted them all the sneakers they got, but I know Aaron went. A couple people in the culture that I know personally went, and
if you guys are watching, drop down your experience down.
yeah,
down
and
below.
if any of y'all watching, just talk about it, man. I've seen all y'all reels and the content that y'all drop from it, but that is so dope, man. And then it's just like, to see that he's really paying attention to who really rocks with him. That's amazing. I think that was super dope. So, to say that Ama is stale, okay, let's say that he's referring to the colorway. Again, I didn't listen to, I'm just reading the description on that was presented to me, and this was our conversation. So if you're talking about the colorway, a lot of Ama shoes have kind of stick to a certain color palette outside of the royal blue airships, which if you're not visual, they are right here. And do I got the other ones? Oh yeah, these.
The green ones.
The green joints.
Yeah.
So the obsessed the details airships. So with that being said, I agree with Dwayne, because Dwayne was even saying, he can understand, and he really wished they would have played with this color a little bit more.
That
and
green?
Dwayne is a designer.
Yeah.
He's a sneaker designer. He knows. And I do too. I wish they would have kind of played with this a little bit more, but that doesn't mean that it's stale. Like the
Right.
diffused blue threes, they're dope. They're
Out of
dope.
10.
The hand wash.
Out of 10.
Out of 10, I say a 7. 7.5, 8. They're dope, but it's not lightning in a bottle like the Raised by Women. That was lightning in the bottle, right?
Had Jordan ever done that color before?
No.
Violet ore. So
No.
Violet ore probably
That
belongs to Ama.
yeah. So that's their color palette. That's their trademark, right? They did the Violet Ore 4s. They got the Violet Ore 5s coming out next month. So that's their trademark. So I guess the real thing that I really believe is James has become the villain. Like in Batman, the hero lives long enough to see himself become the villain. When James dropped the Raised by Women, although he had sneakers before that, he had sneakers before the Raised by Women. He did some Ama Diodors. He did some, I think he did some Adidas before with Ama. He did other Jordan, like a Jordan like 25, or it was like a different Jordan type shoe. He did some Air Max, Air Force Ones, hand wash cold Air Force Ones back in the day, highs and lows. So this not his first shoe.
Yeah.
But it was the first shoe.
Yeah. The first shoe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he was the hero when he did that. Right? And then when he backed it up with the Jordan 1s. You know what I'm saying? And the stories that was attached to him. And I kind of think, and I would say this, after he won so much, it's just like when MJ won so much. When MJ won the first one, when MJ won his first title, he was the hero, right? We were just watching Last Dance last night, episode 4. When he won that first title, he was the hero. He won the second title, he was kind of like, all right, he's still the hero. Because then the Dream Team, that summer after the second title, he solidified himself as the GOAT, but the best player in the league at the time. Then that third one, they was tired of him winning, right? They wanted the Knicks to win that series because the Knicks was this close to winning that series. They wanted them to get eliminated by the Knicks. The whole gambling thing and all that. Tear them down. Exactly.
Anything else, yeah.
But he went to the finals, and that's my favorite finals performance against the Suns that year. You know, but at the end of the day, when he won too much, they like, oh, I'm ready for him to lose. When he came back and won it on Father's Day, 72-10 year, you know, everybody was happy for him. He was literally crying on the floor because he won it on Father's Day.
The game missed him, and the game missed him.
You know what I'm saying?
Away.
He was away, and then the emotion that he exuded because that was his first championship without his daddy being there, right? So, and it was still a fresh wound. His dad got murdered like a couple years before, a year and a half, 2 years before that. So he's the hero again, right? Everybody's like, oh, MJ's back. I'm back. You know, da-da-da-da. Then the next year they want him to lose. Like to the point, the next 2 years, to the point where they're rooting for John Stockton and Karl Malone. Like, their jersey, everything about Utah. I'm sorry if I have Utah listeners or if you from Utah, whatever. I just,
Can't do it.
I can't, dog. I don't care, dog. It's like, But anyway, when Brady was winning them Super Bowls, they got tired of, you would hear people say, man, who you going for in the Super Bowl? Oh, I'm going, whoever New England playing against, I'm going for them, man. New England always.
Right.
That's their thing.
Oh, in Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Warriors.
Oh, I'm going to Warriors. You know, so you live long enough, the hero lives long enough to see himself become the villain. So, and I think that's where James is in the culture because people want to see, oh, now what if James do this? And we know James personally. You know how he move.
Right.
He's doing so much more than just sneakers. This is not a slight at Geiger, Tips, or Unheard Of.
Yeah.
But they're focusing on sneaker releases. Although Tips, he does have hats and some apparel. Geiger has some hats and some apparel. But James has a freaking conglomerate.
Yeah.
Right?
If you guys don't really know what he's involved in,
man,
go do your research.
This dude is, I'm talking about the spectrum of fashion covered, right?
Yeah.
Sneakers, apparel. And he has banners. Which mean different verticals.
Right.
A ma maniere, which is a retail space and a brand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like hotel or what do you like?
Oh my God, living.
It's living.
A ma maniere living. He has a restaurant
rental
in Houston.
Restaurants.
Then you got other verticals,
like
APB.
Dr. Edwards says, yeah, James likes to own ish.
Yeah, he like to own everything. And he does. He does not rent any space, right? He owns. It's, man, y'all don't get it. And then low income housing. See, y'all don't understand everything
it's
that.
Much bigger than.
Yes, it's not just. So for you just to pinpoint that and you forget about all the good that he's doing. And to take little shots like, oh, it's stale. Okay, hey, what are you doing for the culture and the community? You don't even know this community and culture, and you're talking, right? Because Canada, and it's not a slight at Canadians, but y'all have your own culture. It's a whole nother country.
Right.
Ask Drake. Y'all have your own culture and your own community. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna go over there and talk about y'all stuff because that's y'all. Mm-hmm. I'm not aware of what y'all go through. Things are different. We can relate on similar things,
but that's about as far as it goes. That's to just
so
relate.
how dare you talk about our culture here and then try to pit other, you're taking people in the culture and saying
you should be more like
you should be like him. You should be like him. Or you should be like him. And then you got people who listening to you like, yeah, Alma is stale. Yeah, they need more persona. How about everything that's being done for the culture? Again, the United States Supreme Court, right? I don't expect, it's different than Canada, right? Mm-hmm. United States Supreme Court. This dude is not worried about, and I'm speaking of James Whitner, he's not just worried about his next sneaker release and what colorway that will appease you. Mm-hmm. He's talking about gun violence, things that really matter in the community. Mm-hmm. Like, what are we doing?
Right. If you didn't like this release, go get you some J Tips.
Okay, then
go get you some. What's the guy's name?
John Geiger.
Geiger. Go get you some Geigers. If you really
go get some unheard of Adidas.
If that really tickles your fancy, just go ahead and get something else instead of like bringing down.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
And it's not just because we know James personally. It could have been the other way around. J Tip should be more like Amma Munir.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't do that. Don't pin them against each other. You know what I'm saying?
It's not all because we know him personally, but it is because we know him personally.
Yeah, and when you know somebody personally, you will defend them.
I know how dude move.
Respect them, right?
And I don't know everything about him. Now, let's not get it twisted. Like, I ain't known him for, since we went to school together. Nothing like that. But I have known him for some years. Yeah. And I've cultivated a genuine relationship, not a transactional, a genuine relationship with him. So I know how he moves, right? Mm-hmm. So for someone to take a shot like that, yeah.
I'm going to defend.
I'm going to defend my dog. That's my dog. Yeah. I can call him right now. Like, that's my dog. So I'm going to defend him. And that's wrong. You should not do that. If you, like she said, if you don't like the shoe, it's no need to take a shot and call it stale. Oh, they're stale? No, they're not stale. They're just not for you, right?
You can respectfully disagree.
Like Joe said, Joe said the Ama is a luxury. It's luxury based. Mm-hmm. So it's luxury based. Understand that. Luxury based. Mm-hmm. And it's got those luxury color palettes.
Yes.
It's not flamboyant pink, all pink. Like the Awake 5s. Nothing wrong with them because I want those. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with them. It's not rainbow color. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not the ethos of Ama.
If everybody wanted to be like everybody else, and there would be no...
It would be no variety.
Variety.
It'd be no personality. But that's what we have come to.
Oh, you got to be like this because I like this brand better.
I seen, and just to segue real quick, man. So I think that statement, this dude Sockjid, this Canadian guy, I think that was whack. I think I think that was whack. You could have kept that. So whatever.
Moving on.
Take it how you want to take it. That was whack.
Moving on.
So I seen a reel that I want to comment on. It's dealing with sneakers. It was this reel, you know how people do the reels where they want to show off what they got. So I got a couple thoughts, right? Mm-hmm. So it was this reel. It was a female because you could tell by the nails. You couldn't see the face. You couldn't see. But it was a female. You could tell by the size of the shoe and the nails. She's throwing shoes down.
Like down the stairs?
No, like just on the ground. Like she's got the camera. Say she got the camera panned right there.
Yeah.
It's facing there. That's the shot. And she's throwing the shoes in frame. Okay. And they just hitting the ground. Uh-huh. Like one pair, two pair. Each pair is a pair of Travis Scotts. So it's like the fragments. Oh, okay. It's like the brown ones. It's like the lows. Like every pair of Travis Scott you can think of. She just throwing the Jordan ones. Mm-hmm. Just the Jordan ones. Not the four. And I'm like, for one, that's really whack. Because it's like, where's your personality? You just got hype shoes. Where's your personality? It's good. Yeah, I got Travis Scott's too. But that ain't it. That's just not. the only reason why people get that because that's the end shoe to get. It's the shoe to get, right? We know they.
Let me do that with some GRs. See if I'll get as many likes.
Man, tap into that GR challenge, y'all. By the way, good plug again. Tap into that GR challenge. That
I probably need to
pilot
participate.
it. Yeah,
because I do got a GR.
Yeah, you got some GRs. You got a few.
Yeah.
You got a few. So anyway,
comment below if I should tap in, y'all.
Yeah, let her know. Tap in. So it's like she just throws all these Travis Scotts on the ground. I look at the page, so I go on the page. I'm like, who is this? So I go on the page. They got like 300K followers. They probably follow 200 people, right? And they got a link. So I hit the link. They selling fakes.
Oh no.
They selling fakes. They selling fakes. Like that's like a spit in the face.
Oh no. With 300,000 followers?
300,000. But that show you how polluted the culture is. People will buy fakes. They will buy
or do you think
imitation
to make it look like a legit?
That could be it too.
Like a legit account.
That could be it too. But people in this culture, a lot of y'all favorite YouTubers, you can come and legit check every sneaker in my collection. They're all legit, baby. All legit, 100%. I got all my shoes from an authorized dealer or a trusted resource, i.e. GOAT. And if I get something off StockX, it's not a hype shoe. I don't trust hype shoes from StockX.
Yeah.
And I got my thoughts about StockX, so I'm going to just keep that at that. I
do too.
Whatever. But anyway, they got fakes. To me, it's so whack, bro. Yeah, because it's like you will buy imitation sneakers just to fit in.
Oh,
to me, that's the corniest thing in the world. It's like, dude,
it ain't worth it, bro.
And then this is how people reason on it. Oh, well, I'm not gonna pay $600 for them for resale. Well, then don't get them. Then
right. What you in this thing for?
Just get the next try for the next pair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or if you really want the shoe, then trade in something else or save up.
My God,
it's just like you just gonna spend. So I just don't get it, man. I just don't understand but there's a whole culture for fakes. A lot of y'all favorite YouTubers started off their YouTube channel reviewing fakes. I'm not gonna say no names, but a lot of y'all admire them and watch their content. I don't, because I see what's real, bro. But at the end of the day, man, I'm not gonna buy. If I can't get a shoe, I'm not gonna settle for fakes. Remember that time, and I did it as an experiment. Remember that time when the Off-White 4s came out, and I got them. They were fakes, but I got them just to see how bad of a fake they were. And remember when I shined the black light on them?
Lit up like a Christmas tree.
There was cut mark lit up. Like you seen the dots everywhere. I'm like, golly. They look fake. Everything was fake.
I felt fake. Like you felt it in the weight.
And you still paying $150, $200 for fakes.
Man, $20. That ain't worth it. It ain't
and
worth
it's
it.
Just to flex for who?
Right.
For who?
You
can right. You could get on social media and take all these dope pictures and like, ooh, look at me. I got these. But in your heart, you know they fake. That's whack. That's cornball activity.
And you really sat back, edited your video,
and want people to believe that they real.
Want people to, you're a fraud.
A fraud, bro. You should go to jail.
It's like a Ponzi scheme.
You should go to jail.
It's like a Ponzi scheme almost.
You should go to jail.
What is a Ponzi scheme, by the way?
Man, we're not about to get into
Ponzi.
Yeah.
It's like a pyramid scheme, right?
It's basically extorting money and lying and fraudulent activity. You belong in jail. Nah, but seriously though,
jail and go play with the lace locks.
Man, go play with your lace locks in sneaker jail and your hang tags.
Your StockX hang tags that you keep on your shoes.
Yeah, dude. People who wear StockX hang tags on their shoe, y'all are diabolical.
Stop it.
Stop doing that, please. and I take this as a loving direction. Right. We don't need to know that you got them from StockX. I don't care where you got your sneakers. If you got some sneakers on, that's dope.
Right.
I'll take a look and say, oh, mines are better. But no, let me stop. Hey, man, I'm very competitive, right? I get
Yes.
that from MJ. I'm very, very competitive in everything I do. And it's a healthy competition with my brothers. That's why I love them so much. But at the end of the day, man, dog, if you want to buy fakes, that's your business.
Just know deep down
Just
inside,
understand that
you
you're
know that you're
spending
lying.
$200 on fake sneakers when you can spend $200 and get real sneakers. Because on their website it'll say, oh, $150, but then you're gonna pay for shipping and you're gonna pay taxes.
Probably even
And
more
it's
now
gonna
with
come
these
overseas.
tariffs.
And then it's gonna be more with the tariffs. And then it's gonna take longer because it's coming from overseas. Right?
Yeah. What?
On the light.
What's on the light? Oh, it looks like a little ladybug.
It's like a ladybug. We got a ladybug in the house, so. But we
I
don't
was
believe
wondering
in
what you were.
Yeah, I'm
what
looking
you were
like
staring at.
is something moving? It's a little ladybug.
ladybug.
But anyway, like I was saying, if you're going to spend $200 on some fakes,
Might as
bro,
well just. And if you don't get that release that you wanted, just put that $200
to the side and put it
in a little
in a
envelope
little cachet.
and
Then the next one
save
come
up.
out and you couldn't get that 200. Okay, put
Put
another
that-
200. There you go. You got 400 now.
Now you can
Then
go.
you try to get another release. Then you didn't get it. Dang, I ain't get it. Take that 200, put it in there. Now you got 600.
Right. You see how that works? And then you can go on GOAT and you can get the shoes
You
that
get the shoes you really want. That's authentic.
Right.
And you can sleep at night.
Yes.
And you can take pictures and really say, take
You
a
know
close up
what?
picture.
Right.
Because they don't take, the ones with fakes, they don't take close ups.
Right.
They be like kind of far and like different angles where you
With the
can't see the
filter on it.
stitching with the filter, black and white. Like, stop it, bro. Some of y'all are diabolical, man. And it's funny to me. I joke about it because, and then a lot of y'all who do get real shoes, all y'all do is take pictures and then throw the shoes to the side. Y'all don't see them no more. You don't know how to style them. I don't know what y'all be wearing. It's like, look at me, I got on these new shoes. And then it's like, all right, you got them. You took a picture. Now what?
It's like, what do they call it? That dopamine hit? When you know, that rush, that high, and then you're like, okay, now what?
Hey, man, it's whatever with me, man. I do this because I love it. I don't do it for likes. I don't do it for clicks. So that's why I have a different perspective and point of view than a lot of people. Because a lot of people put a lot of onus into getting likes, into growing platforms, into being accepted. They want to be accepted so bad. It's like, dog, I don't have to pretend to be accepted.
Right.
You can either you can love me or hate me. I don't care because I'm confident and I know where I belong. And this is where I belong. I'm at where I should be at. I don't have to pretend to like people. I don't have to pretend to follow your content. I don't have to pretend to repost and shine you on. Hey man, that was really dope, knowing it wasn't. I don't have to do that. So when I'm genuine with people and I like stuff and I say this is dope or that's dope, I really mean it because I'm inspired by it, right? And it helps me. It's like a competition. It's like, all right, bet. Let me get on my game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, hey, y'all who buy fake, I'm stuck on that. When I see all that, I'm like, ain't no way somebody got all them Travis Scotts,
Right.
bro. Unless you pay resale. Now, some people do. Some people have plugs
You
too.
really like Travis Scott's like that?
But I do too. I wish I had all of the ones that they was
No,
throwing.
I'm saying
I wish
as far
I had
as
them.
like buying them resale. If you really
Well,
like
resale,
them,
I don't know, because they even had the fragments. Them was like 3,000.
Yeah.
That's what made me like, come on, dog. You ain't throwing them like that. Like, you ain't got all, I'm talking about all of them. All the lows, the
got
highs, they was
fakes.
throwing all. And I'm like, I clicked on that and the link, they was fake, bro.
Oh.
They selling fakes. So if you selling fakes, then your shoes fake. Right. If you got one fake in your collection, and I know some of you dudes got some fakes, dog. I know. Not that I'm guessing, like, you know how you guess and you be like, no. I know for a fact some of y'all dudes got some fakes, bro. Some fakes, and y'all sitting out here. If you got one fake in your collection, they all fake to me.
Yeah.
Straight up,
you
dog.
You done ruined the integrity of.
You ruined the integrity of your collection.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a real sneaker collector if you getting fakes. Because why are you getting fakes?
Right. Just to say you have the sneaker,
You're right. Just so you can fit in. Like, that's fake. Like, you're fake. Your fakes are fake and you're fake. Fake. Pump fake.
All the way around.
All the way fakes.
You get a fake. You get a fake.
You get a fake. Reach under your chair. You got a fake. Faked ya. But anyway, so
wrapping that up,
that I just thought that was a crazy reel. And some people in the culture like that reel because they really thought that was no, bro. Y'all, it's the sneaker culture.
When you like something, you're co-signing.
Yeah,
you're co-signing.
That's why y'all better be careful. Be careful what you be liking out here. Because you can see stuff, and I'm not talking about me because I'm no sneaker police, right? But if you're trying to fit in and you want to be a part of something, and
people are
going to look at what you like.
People are always looking to tear somebody down who's on the up and coming or who's on that pedestal.
And then not even that though. Even from you right though, but even from the perspective of, oh, I want to be a brand ambassador with this person or I want this person to notice me.
Yeah.
Or I want this brand to notice me. But you out here liking fake posts, or you out here liking people with fakes, or you out here liking garbage content, or you out here liking inappropriate content. People can see that.
Right.
That you liked it, right? So just something to think about, right? Just be careful what you liking out here, man. But anyway, so we gonna move on. Let me move these out the way. These are super dope, man. I just wore these not too long ago too.
Yeah, I think I wore mine to school a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you be fly at school because of your husband.
Thank you. I don't go nowhere, so it's like this.
Me either. What you mean?
Finally get to do something.
All right, that's how I be feeling when I get to go places. I'm like, ooh, I get to wear this. So as we go on tonight, so let's go into college basketball. So let's talk about college basketball. So the men, we're going to talk about the women because they played
first
Sunday and the men played Monday, right? So UConn and South Carolina, complete blowout. It wasn't even close,
30?
bro.
Like 30 points?
It was 23.
23.
Yeah, 59-82. 23-point thumping. But it wasn't even that close. Like that 23 felt like 43, right? Because of the way they were just beating them. And I got so much respect and regard for Dawn Staley. I did not like how she was acting. She did not take that loss dignified. She kicked and screamed like a little brat on the sidelines. And I get it. She's frustrated with her team. She's competitive. She's a competitor. But you got to... I didn't like how that looked. The optics was not in her favor. I will say it like that. Right?
As a competitor and as an athlete yourself, you can see it from both sides.
I can understand her frustration.
You can see it on
but
both
you gotta,
sides.
Hey, come
but when
on.
you're on that level of professionalism and when you're that level of like how much they've only lost 7 times in the last 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
So it's like,
and she's had people like
very
Asia Wilson and like superstars that came from her program.
You have had many years of blissful wins.
And you got some titles.
And which is great.
You got to lose gracefully sometimes.
You have to.
You got even from going back to The Last Dance, right? Everything is about MJ here. So if you don't like it, you can leave. Just like with MJ when they were talking about the handshake, how the Pistons walked out. It's not a finest moment. I'm from Detroit. I love where I'm from, but I was always a Bulls fan as a kid because I loved MJ.
Like Mike Wilbon said, my cousin's from Detroit. I want to talk to y'all.
Right. So, but when the Pistons got swept in 1991, that's when I got chased home from school. I went to Albert E. Winship on Hubble and Curtis. So in Detroit, 48235. But anyway,
put the whole zip code out there.
Let y'all know that it's home, right? So anyway, that year they got swept. They walked off the court with it was close to a minute left. It was like a lot of time. It wasn't like 5 seconds left on the clock. They got smacked. They swept them, right? This is the year MJ came back strong. He was determined. The team was better. They just was on a mission. They was the best team, right? And they go on to win a championship in 5 in LA. But, you know, they walked off the court. That was whack, right? That was whack. And Isaiah is one of the best. Isaiah Thomas is one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game. Even MJ say that. And MJ hates Isaiah.
Right. He said it himself.
He said it himself.
I don't like him, but I respect his game.
I respect his game. He's one of the best to ever do it. And if you don't know Isaiah's story, he's from Chicago, and he went to Indiana, one of the greatest point guards ever, got drafted by the Pistons. And now what he did after his professional playing career, I don't vouch for, because he's gotten into some trouble in the front office, some sexual misconduct cases. Isaiah done been through it.
Yeah.
Like, right? So I don't vouch for any of that. All basketball. 94 feet, 48 minutes. One of the best point guards to ever do it. If it wasn't no Magic Johnson, Isaiah would be the best, right? A lot of people talking to Steph Curry. Steph need to win at least another ring. If he get another ring, then we can entertain it.
Right.
But how can you be the best point guard of all time when Magic has 5 and a Finals MVP as a rookie? A rookie? You know what I'm saying? So you can't. I love Steph. He's my favorite player currently. Y'all know that. But come on, man. Let's be real. But when the Bad Boys Pistons got their butts whooped, they didn't lose gracefully. They walked off the court. And that's what MJ was saying. Like, no matter how bad it hurt, and it hurt, he still went out gracefully. He still went and shook hands. Scotty got a migraine. He went and shook hands. That was his year to do it. Game 7, but Scotty I woke up and I was seeing double.
And who was backing him up? Was that
John Sally? John Sally.
He was like, yeah, when you have migraine.
When you got a migraine, you see double, and you got to deal with Dennis Rodman. Like, nah, it was Dennis Rodman. Right. It wasn't the migraine.
He got scared.
Scotty got a migraine. I mean, what do you know? Scotty got feelings. You know.
It definitely, like you said, going back to Dawn Staley, she is very well respected. And
I didn't like seeing her act like that.
And it hurts to see her act like that.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
You
win so gracefully. Like, she gives the opponent, they just do when they beat Caitlyn.
When they beat Caitlyn, that's
she
what I'm about to
gave Caitlyn the flowers for the entire league, you know, and that was dope, right? But when you lose, you got to be graceful too, man. You can't just be graceful with your Gucci suits on and you all front street, but when you lose, you gotta eat crow, bro. You just gotta eat crow sometime, and it just happens, man. That's the life in sports, man. Sometimes you eat crow. We know from 73 and 9. We know we ate crow for a whole entire year.
You just had to remind me.
Jeez, man. I just keep seeing that LeBron blocking Iguodala on that layup, and Steph just keeps shooting bricks after brick after brick in the fourth quarter. I was just like, no, this is not real. This is really not happening, bro.
I remember we were watching it on our little TV, and
again, this is my current favorite player. And Steph has been, everybody who knows me, I was riding with Steph all the way since he was in Davidson. Y'all know that. Before the championships, before all of that, the crazy 402 threes in 1 year, before all that stuff was my guy. And I remember D-Jack used to tell me, Chris Paul, Kyrie.
Chris Paul will never, look, Chris Paul will never win a ring. Ever.
Well, that's not even an announcement.
Ever. Okay? He can go to team. He tried to come to the Warriors.
I don't know what the word. That was Mike Dunleavy. That was his doing. That's why Joe.
It's personal. I don't even know why it's personal, but it's personal.
I was a huge Chris Paul fan until he started doing little stuff like when he was in Houston, and he wouldn't let Steph shoot around, and then Steph went off on him that game for like 37 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
he had his number ever since.
Yeah. No, even before that, Clippers days, he dropped him. He made him do the twister. Hit that little 17-footer. Like, So I mean, it's just one of them things where I used to love Chris Paul. I ain't gonna lie. He's one of my favorite point guards, bro. He's a dog. The point guard. He's a dog. But I mean, Steph, man. I mean, everybody used to talk. Remember, dudes used to talk junk, especially D-Jack. Man, Steph is weak. Kyrie. Kyrie is cold, bro. Like Kyrie is cold. Kyrie
He has
is
an
probably
edge.
the best individual, like in the box point guard. Like you cannot guard him.
Yeah.
Like he's unstoppable one on one.
He has a certain
But
edge against Steph.
It's a team
like,
game, bro.
right?
That's the thing. Steph's game is built for the team. Mm-hmm. He runs off screens. He's off ball. He catches and shoot. He can shoot off the dribble. So his Kyrie's game is a one-on-one game. Mm-hmm. Like he can take like MJ. MJ had a one-on-one game. That's why MJ was such a prolific scorer, because he was 3 levels. He can shoot threes. He can hit middies. He can take it to the hoop. But he also had a great one-on-one game. Mm-hmm. So he can play you one-on-one. Same with Kobe. Kobe can play you one-on-one, or Kobe can play you in a team setting. Mm-hmm. MJ can play you one-on-one or in a team setting. Steph is not a great one-on-one player, but great in a team setting.
Yeah.
Because he's a decoy as well.
Yeah.
Now your defense are so scared, you're leaving somebody else open. Right? So he's great in a team setting. Mm-hmm. And
man, people couldn't even guard him. They were guarding him from full court.
Full court, and he's still shooting 35-footers for the game. Like, it's just ridiculous. But anyway, I just hated to see Don Staley go out like that. So shout out to Paige Buckers. And I'm going to say this with context too. I didn't even realize this. I watch a lot of It Is What It Is with Mace, Stat Baby, and Cam. Mm-hmm. And Cameron is probably my favorite sports journalist right now. I love Cam. Killer Cam he keeps it real. He's a little graphic at times, a little bit politically incorrect, but he keeps it real. And I like that. I like the fact that it's like Charles Barkley. Keeps it real. I like it. And he's unfiltered. It is what it is, right? Name of the show. He said it too. He's like, yeah, Paige is like 24 years old and she's playing against like 18, 19-year-olds. Yeah, she should win it. I didn't realize that she's been in college for like 5-6 years. Yeah. Due to injuries, red shirts, whatever. All that, because you got a red shirt. She did a red shirt year, I think. Then she got injured 2 years, and then she played 4 years, I think, or 3 years.
Yeah. So because of those things, she was able to
play extra years.
Right. Be here.
But understand, she's older. She's an adult. She's 24 years old.
Right.
So,
I mean, they're all adults, but she's adultier adults.
Yeah. Well, I don't consider you an adult till you're 21. A lot of them girls not even 21 yet. Look at Juju. Juju is 19.
Yeah.
Look what Juju was doing at 18 years, 19 years old. So shout out to UConn, Gino Auriemma, one of the greatest basketball coaches. Had Rebecca Lobo, Diana Taurasi, Breanna Stewart. He had talent. Right? Yes. And he groomed them to get there, right? He I'm not saying that they carry him. Gino is a dog. He's got plenty titles to back it up. So shout out to UConn. They put the beat down on South Carolina. So
is it Beckers or Buckers?
I don't know. I just say Buckers.
Oh, Beckers. Okay, I'm gonna say Beckers. So if
Paige.
Who's correct? So Paige.
I'm right with that.
So it was a storybook ending for her.
For her, as a senior, as a super senior. Super senior, you got a championship.
And that's not being a shot. That's being like a super senior.
Yeah, because last year, her regular senior, if she was a regular senior, Caitlin took her out.
Yeah.
And she did not have a good game.
Yeah.
And she didn't have a good game the last 2 games. The Final Four game or the championship game. She did not. UCLA was just, or no, they play. They played UCLA.
They played UCLA.
They played UCLA. UCLA was just outmatched. It was just, Betts, the big girl, she did her thing. But the guards couldn't even get her the ball right. Yeah. You see me? I was coaching. I'm like, dude, throw the ball up. They're throwing chest pass angle in the paint.
And she's
what
like
are you doing?
over 6 feet tall. Give
what are
her
you
the
doing?
ball up
Give
there.
it up. And she even telling them, like, throw it up. It's like, bro, them guards, they was shook. Their guard play was done.
Yeah.
Once I seen how the guards play, and she was the only one on the whole team in double figures. She had like 25 or 23 and 12 rebounds.
She did her thing.
She did what she can do, right? And she shot a high percentage. Once she got the ball in the paint, it was barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
She was balling. But it was just like, come on, man. y'all got to get her the ball. Entry.
Utilize your talent.
Fundamentals, girls.
Right.
Come on.
Utilize the talent to your greatest advantage, and then you win games.
But that goes to that also goes to Gino, his defensive scheme. UConn did lock down. They got I can't think of the little Asian girl. What's her name? She got defense.
Is it Chen?
Chen. She got D,
name.
and she quick.
Yeah.
She lightning quick, and she got D. And then what's the old girl name that won the MVP?
Oh, Azir, something like that.
Yeah, I'm about to tell you right now.
Aziri, I think is her last name.
Yeah, Ozzy Fudd.
Ozzy Fudd. Okay, yeah.
She balled the Final Four game. She went crazy, and she balled in the actual championship game. So shout out to them, man. They played very well.
Well deserved.
Paige didn't shoot well. She was 5 for 16, but hey, she'll take that W.
Right, she'll take the
She'll
dub.
take that dub. You know what I'm saying? She did have a good like Sweet 16 Elite 8 game where she dropped 40 and then 31, but then after that, you know. And I said that. Remember I said that? I said she's streaky. She's going to hit shots, but then she's going to get lost.
I was talking to Miss Obey. She's athletic director for
at your school?
At my school, and you know, she went to Florida to go watch the game. She didn't see the championship
went to Tampa.
game, but she went to Tampa to go see the games. And we were talking about it a little bit, and she has stated the same thing about like Don Staley and her reaction. She's like, look, because she's the head coach for Madonna University, so she understands passion and she understands.
I'm a coach too, so I get it.
You know, but she was saying,
know she wanted to beat Gino bad.
Oh
bro.
man, come on, man.
I'm gonna just keep it real. A black woman. And this older white guy that always win, you know she wanted that so bad.
Powerhouses in the NCAA, and absolutely, you always want to beat the best. So yeah, no, she was talking about it. She had a great time, and it was a cool experience for her. She said, but just to be in that room to see women's sports grow to where it's at now, and to be there in the room to experience that was pretty awesome. So
yeah, man, that's dope, man. So we're gonna move on to the men. So last night, which was Monday, the university
couldn't tell you who was in the finals.
You couldn't?
No,
I knew they both Jordan schools. University of Houston and the University of Florida.
Couldn't tell you. 2
Jordan schools. So I knew that, you know, I'm tied in.
Right.
So when it comes to the brand, so I knew that. But anyway, Florida won. Last minute, 63-65. And Houston didn't even get a shot off.
That's what I was reading.
I think
they
that's
couldn't
the
get a shot
worst thing in a loss, that you didn't even get a shot. When you had the ball, but you didn't get a shot.
So it's worse than taking the shot and missing and losing the game?
Yes.
Than not.
At least you're going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So yes.
At least when you shoot it, there's a percentage.
Yes, man. Law of averages, man. Law of averages, man. And it's like,
that really
they did not get a shot up, so that sucked.
I think
they were devastated, like, because they were winning the entire game.
And I think I read too that would have been their first, right?
Yeah, of course,
first title.
Well, no, I think they would.
Houston.
I think Houston won the title back in Ralph Sampson days.
So like,
or maybe Akeem Olajuwon
2000s?
days. No, Ralph Sampson. That's like 70s, 80s.
Oh,
that's old school.
So who did I read since 2009? Maybe I read something.
No,
else.
Florida has won their third
because
they went back to back in the early 2000s. That was Al Horford, Joakim Noah. I think Bradley Beal was on that team. I don't know, but Al Horford, Joakim Noah. No, Bradley Beal wasn't on that team. But Al Horford, Joakim Noah, that team won back-to-back championships. So that's back in early 2000s. So
Wow.
So yeah, shout out to the Gators, man. Shout out to Team Jordan.
Shout out to y'all. Team Jordan.
Jordan Brand has both schools were Jordan
You
Brand
know what?
schools,
Now
so
that
that's
you
dope.
say that, I did see the commercial, the Jordan commercial.
Yeah.
About like who's gonna win.
They
it.
said no. The dope one was they was like, it was like a breathing like,
yeah,
and it was
right.
like, you think 6 championships? With all due respect. And then they showed Tatum raise a championship. They showed the race car
all Jordan
driver.
athletes, basically.
Yes, from race cars, basketball, professional basketball. So that was dope.
That's what I watched.
Like, come on, Jordan Brand. I love y'all, bro. Keep it going.
That's the dream company to work for, man.
Yes, in the making. In the making. Oops, did I say that? So let's go to the NBA, man. So we're gonna end tonight with the NBA. So right now, let's go Warriors. They on TNT. 6 minutes left in the third. The Warriors are up 81-51 on the Suns. I was so ticked off that we lost the way we lost against Houston the other night.
Yeah.
We're going to discuss that game because I have some thoughts, right? First of all, Steph Curry cannot go 1 for 10.
He ended up with 1 for
3
10.
points,
Man,
1 for 10.
I fell
You
asleep on that
cannot
game.
do that. I was livid with him. Because I knew it. It's like I know when I seen how passive he was. He only took 2 shots at halftime.
Yeah, that's when you knew.
3 shots. He was 1 for 3 because he hit that long 3.
Right, that was
his only bucket.
Oh my!
The whole game. He
Steph
was 1 for 3
Curry.
at halftime. He went 0 for 7 in the second half. This is my disconnect. The game was close because other people stepped up. Buddy Hield had a good game off the bench. GP2 had a good game. Draymond was playing solid for
a minute,
maybe a quarter and a half.
Yeah, and then he let Brooks and Van Vliet.
No. He just
from what I seen because I fell
lost
asleep.
it, and it wasn't just Brooks and Van Vliet. It was the big man. What's his name? Shane,
the young guy.
I'm about to tell you.
He has a different last name. The S with the little squiggly on the bottom. Sorbich.
Sengun.
Way off.
So he had 19 and 14. Draymond 1 for 5, 2 points, 5 fouls, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. You had more fouls than rebounds, and then got the nerve to be laughing. Him and Steph laughing and playing at the press conference. That's what I hate.
Kobe would never.
That's what I hate. MJ, Kobe. No. Draymond, it was your fault we lost that game. And these games down the stretch are pivotal. From seed 4 to 8 are tied.
It's that close.
And then 3 is only a game and a half above 4 through 8.
It's that close.
It is that close. You can't blow games. And he blew that game because of his attitude. The game was good and close until the end of the half when he got that tech. He's jockeying for position with Sengun, and the refs warned him, like, hey, all right now.
Right. I don't even think
they
had inbound. I don't even think they had inbound yet.
Right. And he blatantly flailed him. Tech. And then he messed around and got like 2 or 3 fouls. Like, now you got 4 fouls going into the half, bro. That's immature, bro. Okay, yeah. And I hate that they just smooth it over. Draymond's the heartbeat. And Draymond, yeah. But you got to channel that properly. You've been in the league too long. You're not no little boy.
Right. You're not no young.
You said yourself that we would have 2 more championships if it wasn't for you. At least 1 more. We know that in 16.
Right.
That was solely your fault. That was your fault. And then, Steph, that's your fault because you choked. Because you can't be a mega star. You can't be the best point guard in ever and choke a 3-1 league. That's impossible. Because put Magic Johnson on that team. I bet you Magic would have drove that 1 game home.
Right.
So don't play me like that. But I was ticked off about that game. That was Sunday. And now today is Tuesday. They're up by 30 on the port. The Suns are horrible, man. Shout out to all my people in Phoenix. I'm sorry, but y'all team suck this year. That Kevin Durant, and that's just not a good
Train wreck.
mix. So Steph
These-
is right now, he's 9 for 17, 25 points. Draymond, another triple single. What do you know? 5 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. But I bet you he's playing great defense. Kaminga too, man. I'm not.
Step up, guys.
I don't know what Kaminga. I don't think. I think Kaminga just gonna be Kaminga. I don't think that there's another level he's gonna. I just don't think so.
That's kind of a
I think that's
letdown
very much so.
he-
He has so much potential.
so much potential.
He's tall, he's athletic, but he just
A little
it's
bit of
just
injuries
something.
here and there, but
yeah,
at
the
same
injuries ain't
time-
really that bad. It's
Right.
just something missing. Like he just don't have it.
Yeah.
He just don't have it, bro. And it's like I don't know, maybe Draymond damaged his confidence or something. I don't know, man.
Wouldn't doubt it.
But you know who is my guy? Krasinski.
Oh, I was about to say Moody.
Yeah, Moody's balling too.
Yeah.
But Krasinski's been balling.
Yeah.
He got 17.
Right.
He
With
been
his little
going,
curly hair.
He been going crazy this last month. I don't know what done got
He
into
trying
him.
to prove something.
And I love it. Keep it going because we need that.
Yeah.
We need that. He's filling that Klay Thompson, a little bit of that Klay Thompson void.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what's up with Jimmy Butler, but he's not like Steph. Steph was 1 for 10, and Jimmy Butler was like 4 for 7. Like Jimmy,
You gotta step. You see your
Jimmy,
teammate. This is what we.
This is what you here for.
Right. This is what we got you for.
you're the second option, bro. You a superstar in your own right. You took a team to the finals by yourself.
Like 2 years in a row.
Not 2 in a row.
Well,
Not 2 years in a row, but 2 times. He
twice,
did it
okay.
twice, but not 2 in a row. That he did it the pandemic year when they lost to the Lakers in the finals, and then he did it against Denver. I think Denver beat them that one year. But dude, come on, man. Come on.
Step up, guys. We only got 4 games left? 5 games left?
After today, we have. Let's look at it and see. Look, the Clippers done pushed them down to the play-in to 7. That's why they cannot lose anymore. You cannot lose anymore because Memphis won tonight, so that pushed them up into the 5th seed, and it dropped Golden State to 7. Golden State cannot lose anymore. I do not want them in the play-in. I don't need y'all to be in the play-in. So they're going to win tonight convincingly. That's a 30-point win tonight. They're going to win tonight. So they going to go back up to 6. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, I can't be losing no more.
Right.
So basically, the top 10 teams are set. It's just jockeying for position. Because after this loss tonight, I think Phoenix will be mathematically eliminated. Because Phoenix is on the bubble of the 10th seed, 10th, 11th.
Are their starters even playing?
Phoenix? I think so. I think all of them playing except for KD because KD's hurt.
What's new?
He's got a twisted ankle, I think. So Royce O'Neal, Bill and Booker are playing. So Devin Booker, 7 for 15, 0 for 5 from 3, 21 points. He the only one in double figures. They're horrible, man. They just need to bust that team up. They're not even like they don't care.
Putting together super teams is
dead.
It's dead.
KD showed that when he ran over to Brooklyn. He left us high and dry. We traded the whole team for him. Left us high and dry. Wanted to go play with Kyrie and James Harden.
Bet you it was Draymond's fault.
Yeah, definitely Draymond's fault. Definitely Draymond's fault. It ain't even, I bet. It was his fault. So earlier games tonight, this is Tuesday again, April 8th. Right now at halftime, we got the Spurs and Clippers. Clippers are up by 2. Spurs beat them because the Clippers are in that
Right.
contention with the Warriors. The
Beat
Grizzlies,
your old team, Chris Paul.
The Grizzlies already won 124-100 in Charlotte. So that's what pushed them up to that 5th seed. The Cavaliers beat the Bulls at home 135-113. The Pacers beat the Wizards at home 104-98. The Magic beat the Hawks at home 119-112. The Nets defended home court. A lot of teams won at home tonight. The Nets defended home court against the Pelicans 119-114. These 3 teams scored 119. The Magic 119-112 over the Hawks. The Nets 119-114 over the Pelicans, and the Celtics beat the Knicks in overtime in New York at Madison Square Garden 119-117. That's crazy. And then the Timberwolves lost. That's good for us. So the Bucks beat the Timberwolves at home 103-110, and then the Thunder beat the Lakers, which is another good win, 136-120. So
It's a high scoring game.
yeah, a lot of high scoring games. So the Lakers lost, which kind of, and we gonna win tonight. So Minnesota lost, so that'll drop them down. So yeah, man, we will be in the fifth or fourth seed. I mean, sixth seed. I need us to get in that fourth spot. If we get that fourth spot, yeah,
we can do it.
Because after tonight, how many games we got left? This is 46-32, so 78. 3 more games after tonight, because it's 4 counting tonight, so it's only 3 more games after tonight. And let's look at what teams do we play. The Pistons didn't play tonight, did they? No, they did not. They played last night and they lost. They lost to the Kings 127-117 at home. And the Pistons, they are set at the number 6 spot. So yeah, they're mathematically set. They can't, even if they lose out, they'll still be the number 6 seed. But the fact of the matter is, they could win and Milwaukee lose. They can switch to 5, and they'll play Indiana. But right now, they'll play the Knicks in the first round. I just don't want them to go into the playoffs
on a losing streak.
No. Like, they done lost their last 2. They're 5-5 in their last 10. So come on, Detroit.
Right.
So the Eastern Conference is pretty much set. 1 through 6 is set. It's nothing you can jockey between 1 and 6. Well, not 1. 1 is Cleveland. They're light years ahead. So even if they lose their last, they got 3 games and they're 4 games ahead of Boston. So
yeah, they'll still be
just mathematically, they can lose their games and they'll still be number 1. And Boston will be number 2. There's no catching them. But 3 and 4 can swap out. New York is only 2 games ahead of Indiana, and then Indiana is 3 games ahead of Milwaukee, and Milwaukee is 2 games ahead of the Pistons. So, but that 1 through 6 is pretty much locked. Those teams are going to be in there. Your playing teams, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 9 and 10 can swap out between Miami and Chicago, because they're tied and they're a game behind Atlanta. So 8, 9, and 10 can swap out. Pretty much Orlando is locked in at the 7 seed. 8 is Atlanta, 9 is Chicago, and 10 is Miami. So it's going to be interesting, man. We're going to have some interesting games. I think this year in the playoffs is going to be very, very exciting.
What a roller coaster for this season.
Yes, because it started off not so great.
No.
The product was bad. I think that Luka trade and that Jimmy Butler trade changed a lot.
It dropped a bomb.
It changed a lot, man.
It changed a lot of the trajectory and a lot of what people expected. Nobody expected that.
Yeah, LeBron did.
Right.
He knew he was trading his boy AD.
Yep.
He knew that. So
yeah,
the Warriors are up.
Going on.
The Warriors are up 95-60. So Krasinski got 22 now. He balling.
Go ahead, little curly hair.
Little dog, you know what I'm saying? His second year, he averaging 11 and a half a game, and he had a rough start to the season, but he stuck it out, and, Steph got 25. They look good, man.
Good.
So let's see who do they have left. So the Warriors, their last 3 games is at home against the Spurs Wednesday. Friday, they go to Portland. And then Sunday, they're at home against the Clippers. So that's going to be a really good game, because they have to win out. If they win out, I think they'll be the either 4 or 5 seed. And they get a little help from other team losing. Like if Denver lose, because Denver that's another thing. Denver just fired Mike Malone and the GM.
That was big news today.
So did you hear the story behind it? Why? Me either. Y'all chime in down below and let me know why. Like,
When there's only a couple games left, you should have just waited to the
That
season.
and that's what Buck was saying, but I'm telling him like it had to be something going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like in order for them to,
when the story comes out, it's gonna make
yeah.
sense.
So they said he fired the head coach and the general manager just days before. It's like the shocking decision to fire the coach, eventually to part ways. General manager won a championship, blah blah blah. It's not saying. It says there have been moments when players have shown emotions on the sideline, with even normally calm Jokic displaying a rare frustration recently while on the bench trying to sort out the Nuggets struggles.
I know he called them out for not watching film.
Yeah, he's one of them outspoken guys. And Mike Malone, I think he coached the no, that was Budenholzer coached the Hawks. But I think he did coach the Hawks, or he coached the Jazz, or he has a pretty up and down coaching style, but he's a champion. He brought Denver their only championship, and they're in the 4th seed, so they have a first round home court advantage.
Right.
And you fired a guy with like 3-4 games left?
Hey, they know something we don't.
That's what I said. And then you fired him and the GM, so the owner must have seen something, or like me and Buck was saying, the players probably band together and was like, we tired of him, get him. Because players don't have any power over ownership. Mm-hmm. I mean, they got the NBPA, the Player Association, you know, the union.
That's their union.
They got that. But when it comes to the teams, they got power over the coaches. Mm-hmm. Like players, we've seen it all too often. I mean, LeBron got so many coaches fired.
Right.
So,
come on now.
Players can get coaches fired like that. So
ain't that something?
So Mike Malone, see where he end up at next year, man.
1, 2, 3, Cancun.
He chilling with the wife and kids now, or if he has, I don't know his family situation. But well, that'll be it, guys. That's your sports news for the week, and that's it. That'll do it.
Go to bed, y'all.
Episode 15 is in the books, man.
Yes.
So thank y'all for tapping in with us. Thank y'all for listening. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Make sure you comment down below on the certain topics. Tell me, what do y'all think about with Sock Jig, the guy from Canada, said about Ahmad Manir? Do you feel like he's right? Do you feel like he has a point with the brand being stale? I don't know. I think that's a pretty harsh statement. I definitely don't like him pitting like the other designers against each other type of deal, and people in the culture who, everybody picks sides, right? I don't like him pitting people against that. So it's kind of one of these rage bait type topics, the Ashley Neville type topics. So, let me know what y'all think in that regard. Let me know who's your team. Right? Who is your team in the NBA? Who are you following? Who are you rooting for? Are you a homer? Your home team or whatever. Comment down below. Make sure y'all let us know. And then let us know the deal on y'all thoughts on Mike Malone getting fired. Like, what do you think really happened for the head coach and the GM to get fired?
Sounds like a conspiracy.
Within weeks of the playoffs, and you're the number 4 seed. You're not a bad team.
It's a conspiracy.
And Jokic is having a MVP type season.
Right.
I don't know, man. It could be something with Jamal Murray, because I don't know. After he won that championship, he didn't get his hair cut no more. He just, I hate his hair. I hate Jamal Murray's hair, dog. Like, dog, do something with it. That's that. Man, I ain't gonna say it. He is from Canada. I ain't gonna say it. He is from Canada. So let me leave that alone. Let's get out of here. Hey, man, I love y'all so much, man. Make sure you continue to make noise. Keep making that noise until somebody hear you, because I guarantee you one day they going to hear you. And when they do hear you, you stay ready, so you never have to get ready. Man, make sure y'all stay consistent. Consistency break resistance. Y'all stay low, stay humble. Keep doing y'all thing, man. I love y'all. We'll see y'all on episode 16 next week, all right? Peace.
Like what you heard? Make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share with your friends. Stay tuned for more on the UFG podcast. And remember, keep making noise until somebody hears you.